Shalom, family. Shalom, family. Shalom, family. Oh, I'm back again. This is Yakazaki Yahoo, and I still got to give all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bashem, HaMashiach, Yahushua, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom, Wa, Baruch, that is peace and blessings. I cannot wait till the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant, back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, with our enemies, our adversaries, and these goddamn devils all under our feet. Uh, phew. Family, this makes me sick, but I got to bring you this information because you might not see it otherwise. But let me preface you in this situation here because we have a horrible set of circumstances, couple of circumstances right here and now as we speak, as I speak. They are investigating uh, the Mississippi um, Bureau of Investigation is investigating police department for doing something that they do all too often, make these bonehead moves, charge in full throttle without using any common sense. Uh, so let's get to it. Before we jump to that story, we're going to get to this other story. Now, for those of you who saw this story of this family that was having a get together, barbecue, whatever they were doing, it was a so called black family, and the neighbor got jealous and he rode through and fired bullets out of his car at this family. That's what happened. Now, thankfully, one of the family members wasn't playing that job, and he shot him. But check this out.
The bigot who shot at a black family is now out on a $5,000 bond, should have been arrested for attempted murder, as I said on day one. Here's the story, and I got the update. Put him on full mask. I'm going to remind you that this man literally went to his home, presumably. He got geared up, guns, protective gear, ammunition, came back in order to shoot at a black family while they were at their black family reunion. We're talking about 70, 75-year-old women hiding underneath cars. Because this man is shooting at them. Now, he ends up getting shot by somebody who's a former armed services guy, not afraid of him. He knew what to do. It's a combat situation. He got to protect some folk that are unarmed and trying to eat food. So he shoots. His aim is better. And he shot the guy. 36-year-old Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer opened fire with an AR-15 and shouted the N-word at a black family reunion. He has since been released on a $5,000 bond. Once again, Georgia has a hate crime statute. Kinzer, who reportedly works as a firefighter at the Marine Corps Logistics Base in Albany, Georgia. Was that a reason? Was charged with one count of aggravated assault. The family said they demand more charges. The sheriff's office reported that the situation stemmed from a, quote, verbal altercation. No, that verbal altercation, that means they both have the right of freedom of speech. There's no altercation. He said what he said, they said what they said, freedom of speech. You can't enforce that. That's not your cause and effect here. That man went and premeditated an attempted murder. That is my opinion, and I stand on it. When he decided to continue driving, go somewhere, get ammunition, get guns, get protective gear, come back and shoot at people like a drive-by. Why don't you call it that? Because he's white? Because he works at the Marine Corps logistical base in Albany? Because he's a firefighter? Why? Because I guarantee you, if one of those black family reunion participants would have gone to his family reunion, had words with his family, went to their house, got guns, ammunition, and protective gear, came back and shot at his family, and kept driving, you would have called it a drive-by attempted murder and charged him appropriately. That's what you would have done.
Charged him with murder when nobody did.
Without hesitation.
Terroristic, threatening, or...
The sheriff's office said it stemmed from a verbal altercation. Still questions about this incident are streaming in. WALB, longtime news agency in Albany district area, contacted the DA Lewis Lamb for clarification on multiple points, such as the following. Why do you believe aggravated assault was the only charge?
Because you're white.
From your expertise, why wasn't there an attempted murder charge or criminal offenses involving children?
How about that?
Because children were present. What other charges do you believe could be added?
When you holler out,
what about a hate crime? It's not a criminal offense in Georgia, but it can enhance punishments if proven. That's the caveat. Do you believe this shooting has a hate crime? Question. These are literally the same questions I asked on day one of this. Day one. Aggravated assault, what are you talking about? This is attempted murder. And you can qualify the hate crime statute in court to enhance the penalty. Georgia allows it. DA Lamb responded with this statement, quote, the June 7th shooting on Autumn Leaf Drive remains under active investigation. My office and the Lee County Sheriff's Office jointly requested the assistance of the GBI in the ongoing investigation. Why do you need the GBI? Why do you need the Georgia Bureau of Investigation for a very simple, straightforward crime? Why? This crime does not involve any complex matters. Typically, you only call, that's why. Typically, you only call the GBI in when the person shooting is a member of law enforcement. Clearly, he's not a member of law enforcement. Why are you treating him like one? Is it because he's a firefighter? Is it because he works at the Marine Corps logistics base? Is it because he has significant relationships with law enforcement? Is it because law enforcement may have been involved in the planning of this? His law enforcement friends, I'm sure he has them. So to WALB News, great job. Great job. You all posed the questions that should be posed, and you posed it publicly. Here's a question that I would recommend you pose. Were there any law enforcement members involved in the planning of this or aided him in any way? Pose that. All right.
Yeah, so this is what we're dealing with, people. We are dealing with an escalation in debauchery against our people. We are dealing with more foolishness than you can point to before you can even get your statement out of your mouth about what's going on. We got more happening at the same time. So I have to preface you all. Anybody who watches this, this is a horror story, and I mean a horror story, because it is absolutely horrendous. When you get the details of this, you can see the headline, Dr. Rashid Ritchie. I honestly don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it, because this is so egregious. And to do these stories back to back is what he's doing. All I'm doing is showing you what he's put out to the public. For those of you who don't know him or don't follow him. But let's get to this story here. It's like
put it up, police. They shoot and killed a 1-year-old child. Put it up for a mask. Cohen Wiley, on this earth for 1 year, was killed after Senatobia police fired shots at a vehicle he was in. You would imagine that as horrific, evil, and unbelievable as this is, you would imagine police must be shooting at this vehicle for some kind of extreme, felonious reason.
Yeah, it had to be armed robbery, kidnapping, felon at large. It has to be something where they were shooting first. They were detonating explosives. It was great risk of public endangerment. They had to act with the absolute most quickest action possible because the crime was at a level that you could not that they had to protect the public. That would be the only acceptable situation that would warrant shooting with a child in a vehicle. You saw the picture of the car. The car was shot to hell, and this 1-year-old struck and dies. My gracious, let's continue.
It was for shoplifting. It was for shoplifting. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation has now been called to investigate the shooting that involved this local police department and the Tate County Sheriff's Office. This was at a Walmart. This was on a Sunday. It left the child dead and a person critically injured. Police on the scene responded to a shoplifting call at the Walmart off US Highway 51. That's according to NBI. Officers encountered 2 people and a child leaving the store in a car and attempted to stop the vehicle. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation said that the driver drove in the direction of the officers and almost struck one of them. We have heard.
It's ironic. There's always almost. Nobody's ever struck. I have yet to see police hit by a car, but yet they have the amazing ability to fire several rounds into the car. And I know y'all gonna say, "Oh, the front windshield was shot." So what? Listen. A 1-year-old infant is dead because these police pulled out weapons and shot. They weren't shooting because somebody was trying to run them over. They were shooting because they didn't give a damn about shooting at these people. When they got there, the people were leaving and they were shoplifting. And come to find, you're gonna wait till you see what they were shoplifting. They were shoplifting, so they decided they can open fire on this vehicle. Now, was the vehicle coming in that direction? Maybe so. But how close was it to actually hit them? It probably wasn't at all. The point of the matter is not the car was trying to hit them or the car was coming towards them. This person was not a hardened criminal. Watch this.
That narrative before. As a result, officers discharged their weapons as the vehicle left the scene. The vehicle reportedly arrived at a nearby hospital. The child was pronounced dead on the scene. This next part compounds this whole scenario in an unimaginable way. they were accused of stealing diapers, obviously for the child.
Now, I know some people are going to say a lot of stuff, and I really don't care about that. But let me say for Hazaki Yahoo, if I had the ability to help everybody that needed help, I would absolutely do so. Unfortunately, um, it's not always like that. Somebody stealing food is not a criminal. Somebody stealing diapers should not be criminalized because they're trying to take care of their child. Now, I get it. I know it's more to this that we don't know. But what we do know is that a 1-year-old child is dead, shot dead by the doggone police. And that did not have to happen. They got there when these people were leaving. They got in the car and took off. And yeah, they probably were coming in that direction because obviously they shot the front of the vehicle. Nevertheless, I very seriously doubt that this person was trying to run the police over with a child, with a baby, a 1-year-old in the car. Because you know doggone well that these damn heathen don't give a damn about a so-called black person. Certainly don't give a damn about a black toddler, a infant, and they've proved it because they shot this vehicle to the point where this 1-year-old was struck and is dead. A 1-year-old. And they're trying to smooth it over with oh, well, they were coming at the vehicle. Well, they were coming at the officers. A 1-year-old is dead. I don't give a damn what they was doing. A 1-year-old child is dead. Your plan failed. Or no, your plan worked. A reasonable person's plan would have failed in this situation. If I shot a 1-year-old, my only option after that would be to fall on my own sword. Because whatever I was trying to do absolutely failed. But these heathens are not going to take accountability like that. I couldn't sleep at night if I knew I shot someone's 1-year-old child. But these heathens don't give a damn. Not one damn. Let's continue.
Quote, it didn't have to happen this way. It could have been handled differently, said Nicole Wiley, a relative of those involved in the incident. Citing the local police department opened fire in a public setting over allegedly some Pampers. Now, before I get into the statement from the police, I want to remind everyone that this is about a freaking company. This is about a corporation and their private policy to the consumer, and that is you. That private policy is if someone who is
Okay, he's talking about Walmart and their policy on shoplifting. I understand Walmart's policy on shoplifting. I don't have a problem with Walmart's policy on shoplifting. That is not the issue. The real issue is the goddamn police. These punk ass police who will pull out their guns and shoot at any goddamn thing that they see. And they don't have any idea that where this bullet is going or what it's going to hit. They took out their guns and they shoot. Just recently, not too long ago, there was one punk ass cop who had somebody in the back of his car. An acorn fell and hit his car, and this punk ass dude took his gun out and started shooting at the back of his own car. He thought the doggone person handcuffed with his hands handcuffed behind his back in the back seat had somehow taken a gun out after he patted him down, checked him for weapons, put him in the back seat. He thought that somehow he had, I guess, vomited a gun into his hands behind him, took aim and was shooting at him. And so he opened fire himself on his own police car because of an acorn. This is the level of people that they put in these positions. These people are doggone animals. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm pissed. I mean, we get negative after negative after negative. It's just compounding. And I understand what Dr. Ritchie is saying about Walmart's policy. Walmart's policy is not the problem here. The problem is police. Police are the problem. If you don't have sense enough to say there's a child there, I do not have a line of fire. I cannot fire because there's a child. Military people are taught that. But these goddamn police, we taught that when we go overseas and deal with people. You can't shoot in a crowd of women and children trying to get one person, trying to get two people. But for somehow, some way, the police, these police, they just pull their guns out and shoot. They don't give a goddamn what is in the line of fire. You don't have a clear line of fire, you do not discharge your weapon. Simple and plain. Because you are responsible for every bullet that come out of that barrel. You are responsible. But what we find is that these damn heathen, they have no responsibility. They do whatever the hell they want. They just take out their guns and shoot. Whatever gets shot, who cares? Who cares? That's their sentiment. And that sentiment killed, murdered a 1-year-old child. And you ought to be outraged.
So because of this policy that has been around for many years with Walmart, and because of their relationship with the local police department and this known policy, they treat the Walmart theft complaint as if it was dispatched from 911, as if someone witnessed some kind of grand felony taken.
Yeah, so I'm going to mute him for right now because I'm going to tell you this. I don't give a damn what Walmart policy is. You call me and if I'm a police and I show up to a scene and somebody's leaving who shoplifted with an infant and I can't stop the car walking up to it, then I'm going to get in my car and I will gently follow that car and see where they go. But this is not a hardened crime. This is not a felony stop. There is absolutely no need for my gun for somebody shoplifting. I don't give a damn if they're shoplifting for Walmart, the whatever store you got at the mall that they care so much about. I don't care if they got the damn Hope Diamond. It's shoplifting. You got insurance. You'll be all right.
Listen. They are currently investigating the officer-involved shooting that occurred today at approximately 2:05 p.m. at Walmart. This is the statement. Preliminary reports indicate that officers responded to a report of shoplifting, which led officers to discharging their firearms. Does that make sense to you? A report of shoplifting that led to officers discharging their firearms. We are committed to full transparency as the investigation progresses and facts are verified. We will share as much information as possible. At this time, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, they have not released the names of anyone involved. There's truth then there are facts. Here are the facts. The fact is, it is illegal to shoplift. That is a fact. The fact, Walmart has the right to prosecute commercial shoplifters. It is a fact that police have a prerequisite opportunity based on the shoplifting claim to pursue a suspect who has been named. But here's truth. Context is true. A child is dead because Walmart has a policy. A child is dead because obviously a parent or parents who live in the poorest state in America, Mississippi, could not afford diapers. The truth is that no one at that Walmart, a company that makes profit hand over fist, would have listened to the cries of a parent who said, I don't have enough money, but my baby needs diapers. Diapers aren't just diapers. If you don't have clean diapers for a 1-year-old, the 1-year-old could get an infection. The 1-year-old could get sick. The 1-year-old could die that way. We have yet to hear directly from the police chief. We're going to put him up. His name is Harold Vendeford. Chief Vendeford is in charge of that police station, responsible for his officers, and okayed the statement I just read.
He's a failure.
Let's go to reactions.
He is an absolute failure.
Carolyn Stokes said, quote, the police department not telling us anything. They removed the baby's body without anybody seeing it. Carolyn Stokes, great-grandmother of the dead child. Quote, all we know is that a car was shot up and a 1-year-old baby was killed and that nobody tells us anything, like we're not anybody. End quote. Derek Shaw, a local resident, voiced concerns about the decision to confront the vehicle in the parking lot. Quote, they're supposed to trail her home, get her tag number, Shaw said. Like they said, stop chasing people. Well, see, Walmart made the call. Walmart has a policy. And Walmart's policy is no exception.
All right, I understand Dr. Richard coming from, and I understand him trying to put the earnest on Walmart. But this is the police. This is a police issue. The police do the same thing. They do pit maneuvers on the road. I've seen them bump cars, spin them uncontrollably, causing them to flip over because someone is not responding to their lights. They did that to an old white woman in Arkansas. Flipped her car completely over. And he said, well, I was trying to get your attention. I was trying to get your attention. If you can't get the doggone woman attention, just follow wherever she going. Why is it so important that you disable a vehicle? Why is it so important that you shoot a vehicle rather than just following? Here's the thing. They either got to stop, they got to stop one way or another. You don't have to get right up on them. This is not a felony case. This is not a capital case. This is a simple misdemeanor situation. All you have to do is keep an eye. It's have the eyeball. That's all you got to do. Radio your location. I'm at such and such, heading towards this way, eastbound, westbound, northbound, southbound, wherever it is, heading towards the freeway, heading towards the intersection, heading towards whatever. And you don't have to be right on a bumper. All you have to do is keep an eyeball on them. Wherever they stop, that's when you can say, hey, listen, I just want to talk to you. Look, I understand you took some diapers out of Walmart. So you know that they got you. So this is what's going to happen. And that's it. Nobody's dead. And you did a great job. But rather than do that, they will hit vehicles, shoot vehicles, don't care who's in it, don't care what's going on. All they care about is I'm the law and you got to obey me. If you don't obey me, then I'll use force. I'll escalate force. Let me finish this out.
Prosecute fullest extent. The reason why there's this outcome that seems to lack humanity is because the input, the genesis of this lacked humanity. You will never get to a place of humanitarian righteousness if you don't start there with the human being in mind. They started with a $sign, not a person. We'll bring you updates as they come.
Yeah, so I see he has some other stories, but we're gonna forbear that. Um, this segment is what's in the news, and it's bad news in the news. On this, the 15th day of the 6th month on the Gregorian calendar. Uh, I have some good news for you. I am petitioning all people, all Israelites, to send prayers to the Most High. We have got to get out from the oppressive hand of this heathen, because these are beasts and they perform as animals. It is absolutely egregious, the level of behavior of these animals. We have to get out from under the oppressive hand of these people. And the only way we're going to be able to do that, and it's not just here in this U.S., it's all the lands wherein we have been scattered. We have people in every land on this earth, and we all need resolution. All of us need resolution. We all need salvation. We all need regathering and put back in our place. Because these places wherein we are scattered, these people do not give a damn about us. So we're calling for prayer. And we're going to send up prayers unto the Most High on a consistent base. So I'm asking if you will pray when you get up in the morning, at your dinner time, and at your bedtime. And I ask that you pray after the manner that has been given to us in the scriptures, these specific prayers. Add your own prayers, whatever you want to ask the Most High, whatever you want to confess to the Most High, however you want to glorify the Most High. Please do those things. Do those by all means. But at the end of your prayer, when you go in to pray, I need you, Israel, all you Israelites, all you people who don't have a history. If you don't know your anything beyond your grandmother, as far as your family goes, I need you to add Psalms chapter 25, verses 2 through 7. I need you to read that off in the prayer. Also, Psalms chapter 31, verses 17 through 21. I need you to utilize those words as well. And lastly, we're going to end with the book of Luke, chapter 1, verses 68 through 75. I need you to incorporate these prayers 3 times a day when you get up in the morning, when you have your dinner time, and before you go to bed. I need you to incorporate your prayers, these prayers, in your existing prayers 3 times a day. We are going to get into the ear and the nostrils of the Most High. You have your incense, by all means, burn your incense. The incense are the prayers of the saints. Your prayers are meant to be a sweet savor unto the Most High when you use an incense to pray. But make sure it's a natural incense and not some of this other stuff. Make sure it's a natural incense. Get you some good incense, and we're going to send these prayers up to the Most High on a consistent basis. I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you what the Messiah said as it pertains to the resolution through this prayer, through these prayers. This is why we are going to petition the Most High for resolution. And we're going to use these specific prayers. In the book of Luke, it's on the screen here, this bottom fourth. Now, I know this is small writing on the screen, but it's if you print that, it's bigger. But I gave you the scriptures, so you have them. Book of Luke, chapter 18 and verse 1. It says, and he spake, this is the Messiah. He spake a parable unto them to this end, that men are always to pray and not faint, saying, there was in a city a judge, which feared not the Most High, neither regarded man. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, avenge me of my adversary. And he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not the Most High, nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she wearies me. And the master said, this master is Hamashiach, hear what the unjust judge said. This is an unjust man, doesn't regard the Most High, does not regard man. You hear what he said. And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect that cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? Will the Most High not hear you? Verse 8, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man come, shall he find faith in the earth? I'm asking you, Israel, children of Israel, all you Israelites, you so-called black, you so-called Haitians, you so-called Jamaicans, all of you on the continent, you Yoruba, you Igbo, you you Bantus, all of you Israelites, I need you praying these prayers 3 times a day. We're gonna put this in the ear and in the nostrils of the Most High. Burn your incense. Let the Most High hear it. Let him smell it. Let him understand that we are looking for him to save us. We are calling on him for resolution. We are begging him to get us a resolution, because these places where we have been scattered has gotten increasingly worse, and we need a resolution. We need a resolution. We want revenge on these heathen who operate against us, take our children from us, and think nothing is wrong. They expect us to be crazy in the lands of these captivities and not regard our ruachs, our spirits, our well-being. None of this. They regard us not. They destroy our children. Shot the 14-year-old brother in the back and said, no foul. Nothing was wrong here. Locked the brother up for defending himself. And now they have shot a year-old infant and say it was because they were shoplifting. Most High help us. Send those prayers up. If there was a way I could put this in the description box, I absolutely would. I have to figure out how I can do that. But I want you to take these scriptures down. Let me go over them again real quick before I let you go. Psalms chapter 25, verses 2 through 7. All right. Then we're going to go to Psalms chapter 31, 17 through 21. And lastly, we're going to end with the book of Luke, chapter 1, verses 68 through 75. I want you reading those prayers in succession, those verses in succession as you pray. And pray using the name of the Most High. The Yod, the Hey, the Wah, the Hey. If you pronounce it Yahuwah, if you pronounce it Yahweh, if you pronounce it Yahweh, if you pronounce it Yahweh, however you pronounce the name of the Most High, pray to the Most High because we need resolution and we need deliverance. We need deliverance. This has been What's in the News, and it's bad news. I'm sorry, it's bad news. But I am Yah Kazaki Yahu. I love you, Israel, and I want the very best for us all. We do this for a very specific purpose. Romans chapter 10 and verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Ha'abba for Israel is that they might be saved. We want to see our people saved. We want to see our people set free. We want to see our people restored to the prominence in which the Most High has said he would do. How are we going to do it? First of all, keeping the faith and the belief in the Messiah, Hamashiach, that he will return and do the work that the Most High have ordered him to do. When the time comes, he will liberate the children of Israel. He will return us to our land, and he will bring us back to prominence, put us at the place where we belong, at the pinnacle of the earth, and restore all that's been taken from us. Also, we have to keep the Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. So like I'm trying to do this off the top. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. And it's so very important to understand that in the conclusion of the whole matter, we are to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, because this is the whole duty of man. At the end of the day, when it is all said and done, all the dust is settled and all the smoke is cleared, we will be judged on whether we have feared the Most High and kept his commandments. Why? Because this is your duty as a man, as a person. I am your Akazaki Yahu. Despite the bad story, I always got to give all praises, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah Bashem Hamashiach, Yahushua, Wabalak, and King, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered all over the earth. To you I say Shalom, Wa Baruki, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait until the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation under the Most High power, under one covenant, back in our own land with a heart of flesh and no more a heart of stone, with our enemies, our adversaries, and all these crooked, evil people under our feet. Until that day come, Shalom, family.